Trigon time.
Trigon time.
Focus Plumbing, always at your fingertips.
Pow! Danny Vegas time in a Danny Vegas world. We're right in the middle of Soccer City. Steve Escalante, soccer knowledge person. If this was wine, this guy would be the guy that knows everything. So, okay, Steve, we talked about the Queens in segment 1. Go find that segment if you want to learn about the Queens. Now we're going to get neck deep into club soccer. Now, you are the director, the founder of Barcelona. It is mostly a boys' world over there.
Yeah.
Now you have merged with Revolution, which is a girls' soccer club.
Right.
Now, the reason why I feel so passionate about this because, like I said before, my daughter plays for Revolution. We're right in the middle of tryouts now, but if I feel everything goes the way it's supposed to, we will be wearing the Revolution brand. But no one really knows at this point. So I'm neck deep in this. I'm on the sidelines. I listen to the parents. I hear all the bickering. I hear all the complaints. I hear everything, which I know over the years you have too. Probably the last guy to hear it, but you hear it all. Here's the thing. We're right in the middle of tryouts, and we have talked before about tryouts. The first year, this is you're so naive as a parent. In the first year you go to this club world, you go to a tryout, your daughter goes, oh, my friend's on the team and I like it. Okay, you're signed up. You have no clue who the coaches are, what the philosophy is. You just, okay, I'm on this club team. Then on the second year, a little bit smarter. That's where I am now. So we were talking before that in all fairness and openness, you say, hey, I don't like tryouts. I don't like my people going other places. I should have a product where no one goes nowhere. I want you to elaborate on that. About what we talked about not having separate teams. We may have separate teams, but we all play for the same club.
Right.
Talk to us about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. I always kind of laugh, and we always have the discussions behind the scenes, you know, with staff and coaches. It's just it's the culture here in the U.S., this tryout culture and, and how the tryouts are conducted and so on and so forth. It's usually, globally, tryouts, you're trying out for a team, like there's a purpose for a tryout. You're going onto a professional team, or you're going in a professional academy. You're going for a tryout. But, we're talking about youth club soccer in the U.S. It's a pay-to-play model. Right. It's almost kind of an oxymoron, if you will. Okay. It's our belief, and I think that's part of the reason why we aligned together with David. He's a fantastic guy. I think the quality of his work is amazing. It's our belief system. I think we're aligned with regards to truly developing the player. Developing players for the for the long haul, if you will. And I think that's important. If you're focused on true player development, everything falls in line. The team and what you're doing, and it's a long-term plan and vision. Part of I think tryouts are healthy. It's good to experience other things, other teams, but for the most part is finding a consistency for the athlete. And what does that mean? Is consistent in mastery of something. If our club, let's say, wants to play a certain way, a certain system that people are aligned with, the beautiful game, they want to move the ball, build out of the back, so on and so forth, then that's what they're looking for, and that's what they want taught as far as for their kids. And in order to gain mastery in a sport, in a system, it takes years.
Right.
You look at some of the best clubs in the world, professional clubs. The kids aren't bouncing around from club to club.
Right.
They play for their club from when they're 6 years old to they're 16 or 15 with the hopes that the club has been developing them, and then that should be a vehicle that they're also looking for the benefit of the player to move them to the bigger game, whether it's to another team, a professional career, and that's should be the thought process of why you want to go to a club and run like a club.
Right.
Here in the U.S., I mean, we got to be realistic, and the reality is a lot of clubs and organizations are just a bunch of kids teams all put together that wear the same uniform.
Right.
And for me, that's not a club. What does the club represent? What does the club believe in? Not on and off the field. And once you kind of create that type of culture, I think, then people will gravitate to it, and people that want to be there will be there. People will want their kids to be there, or their players to learn under that philosophy.
Okay, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
On the Barcelona side, you're the founder. All those parents over there know you. You probably go to Thanksgiving dinner with these folks. On the Revolution side, you're a mystery man. No one has really talked to you much.
Yeah.
No one's really seen you much. I probably have
Some of
talked to
them.
I probably talked to you much more than most of them. I will tell you. Thank you, Rodney, for 05 girls, 05 girls, 05 girls. I don't know if we can get into that. That's above my pay grade, as the ex-president used to say. But I will tell you, one of the questions that we have asked over here is it going to be kind of like, okay, you're the boys' side, and David, who is on the girls' side, and that's kind of what we're used to anyway. So has anything really changed? Are we going to see you on the sidelines? Are you going to be kissing babies, shaking hands, or you're just, I'm kind of the guy's side, and I'm just going to go on as I normally do, and Dave's going to kind of normally go on what he does, and maybe we'll have a picnic?
No, I mean, I think those that know me and that have worked alongside me, coaches, everybody knows that I'm very hands-on, and I'm very active and activated with the club and the parents and the kids, and I like to know our players.
Right.
It's one thing that we've been able to do successfully is really get to meet our parents, know our players, from the 6-year-old kids to the oldest kid. And I think that's important, because if you really want to have a club, you really need to have your thumb on the pulse with the whole club, the parents, and that's not going to change. We're now working together and getting introduced to all the parents on the girls' side, but you're going to definitely see a lot of changes on both sides. I definitely Dave brings a war chest of experience that we want the coaches to be integrated on the boys' side, and the boys' coaches integrated on the girls' side, because collectively I think everyone brings something to the table, and it's something that is there to share. It's not like, I have knowledge and it's just here for me to keep. No, it's here for everyone. So it's only going to make the club that much stronger, and that's the idea.
So you are excited about what's coming up?
Super excited.
My daughter and I have a goal, and Lord knows, everybody knows what it is. But we have a question here. Nicole Taylor Sharp was just a great friend of mine. My 7-year-old daughter is interested. That's a good question. That 7-year-old's never been on a soccer field before. What does she do? Does she go to Revolution and say, hey, I'm 7 years old, I've never played before? Or do you say, hey, you got to go spend a year in rec? What do you do?
I tell parents, typically when I tell kids that come out throughout the course of the year is come out to a few sessions. There's a lot that goes into development of youth,
right?
And you can't just come in one practice and say, oh, you have it, don't have it, because those that understand development in the game, in any sport, it's a process.
Right.
So I would say, come out. And if she enjoys it, come out again. If she enjoys it, then you know what? We sign up, and if they're comfortable, and we'll take care of the rest. If they're in a good environment, and you notice that the child is comfortable and they enjoyed the session, then that's 90% of the work, and let the coaching staff do what they do best. and develop the player, and it makes life easier for the parents. And if it's a great fit, it's going to work out. If it's not, you'll pretty much know right away.
Right, because a 7-year-old, what is that? 09? Do we even do 09?
Yeah, definitely,
Okay,
definitely.
well,
we got kids at 4 or 5 years old,
Right,
so
well,
it's
crazy.
you know, you can kick a ball as early as 2 years old. So it's just a matter of how you properly foster that
Well,
growth.
I want people to know is Steve is here. Steve is now neck deep in the Barcelona Revolution world. And for all you parents out there that have questions, and there's a lot of them out there, this time of year, you know, everybody's asking questions, trying to, you know, it's amazing. The kids are just out there playing, but the parents seem like they're in some type of negotiation for some contract or something. But he's here. Revolution's here, and he's excited about the future.
Oh, it's exciting.
Very excited. Okay. Steve, thank you so much for being on Soccer City. We'll see you next month. Hi, Danny Vegas. I love you too. We'll see you next month on Soccer City right here on WCOBM.